and digital empire builders, it is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show. And today we're talking 7 deadly sins of entrepreneurship. We always talk about what to do as an entrepreneur, but today we focus on what to not do if you don't want to kill your business. So do me a huge favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Black Biz Success Mastermind studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you're not familiar with the Black Biz Success Mastermind, it is a private Facebook group where we literally provide hundreds of dollars of free tools, resources, training to help you grow and scale your business. Either you want to start a business, you want to grow an existing business, or you just like to support and network with Black business owners, then you should text the keyword mastermind at 314-866-4053. Today, we're talking 7 deadly sins of entrepreneurship. What not to do if you don't want to kill your own business. Michelle Bradshaw is in the building. Concord, North Carolina. Mobile Notary Inc. My man, Mark Presswood is always in the building, tuning in from California, up early as always. Love that you start your day so early, my friend. Comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and or your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. A couple quick announcements before we get the show underway. Still looking for my Black History programming for next month. If you know any dope Black entrepreneurs who are not only building amazing businesses, but also making an amazing impact in the Black community, I want to interview them on the show. I've got a ton of people already lined up, but I might have about 4 to 6 slots available, and we probably will do 2 or 3 roundtable discussions as well. Terrence Ashford just tuned in from Chicago, Illinois. Money on My Books, LLC. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm looking to connect with some amazing Black entrepreneurs who are not just doing great things, because I always interview great entrepreneurs, but I want to interview some entrepreneurs who are building great businesses, but are also making great impact in the community. So if you know them, please tag them, introduce me to them some kind of way, let them know that they need to reach out to your boy, Cortez. Also, huge congrats to the Black Biz Success Mastermind. We topped 125 members this week, so I'm excited about that. If you have not joined the community, you definitely want to do that. Excited about a brand new episode of our Black Biz Success Spotlight coming up this Saturday. But I can't spotlight your business if you're not in the Black Biz Success Mastermind community. So you need to text Mastermind at 314-866-4053 so you can get in the community and then sign up for this coming Saturday's Black Biz Success Spotlight, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be highlighting a ton of cool Black-owned businesses. So make sure you guys get signed up for that. Mark Preston is in the Remote Real Estate. I can't say the name of that. Is that Myeka Enterprises, or is that just acronym MYECA Enterprises? Thank you so much, Mark, for chiming in. So y'all know how we do on the Cortez Hustle Show. Every morning, I like to start the day with something thought-provoking. So we do that a la a quote of the day or a book excerpt of the day. And as I'm studying for the Black Mastermind group with Dr. Danetta Watson and Brother Kevin Vaughn, we're rereading Think and Grow Rich. And I wanted to share this with you guys today in terms of integrity in your business, right? Inside the Think and Grow Rich, if you've never read this, there is what's called a success formula inside Think and Grow Rich. And it is basic 5 principles of success. And shout out to my mentor, Henry Doris, had me reading this and memorizing this. And I didn't know the impact that would have, but as I'm continuing to grow my business, it's becoming quite evident the importance and significance of this. But I'm just going to read you part of number 5. It says, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction that does not benefit all whom it affects. Can you say that about your business? Can you say that about how you do business? I will engage in no transaction that does not benefit all whom it affects, right? That's something that we have to think about and consider. It is very easy, especially in this online world, to want to get out, to want to do business, to want to hustle, to want to grind, and want to make money, and that be the sole focus. No, my attempt to make money is always, from a coaching consultant standpoint, from a solution provider standpoint, is I don't want to engage in any transaction unless you benefit equally or more than what I benefit, right? In fact, I don't sell a product or service that you can't 10x your return. I'm trying to think about that. This is just how I like to run my business. I do not sell a product or service for any amount that you cannot 10x your return on that investment. That's just how, because I believe that no business, right? What does it say? I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice, right? And when I do business, I want to build my business on truth and justice. I want to build my business on a solid foundation of integrity. When you invest with me for any of my products and services, my whole focus is how can I make sure you get 10 times the value that you invested? It's my goal. That's my focus. Sometimes you get that 10x in 30 days. Sometimes you get that 10x in 6 months. Sometimes it takes you a year to really digest and marinate and implement some of the things that I teach you. And it'll take you a year to get that 10x return. But that is always my goal. So that is the book excerpt of the day, brought to you by Personal Branding 365. Speaking of tremendous amounts of value, ladies and gentlemen, at the time of this recording, the Personal Branding 365 ebook and bonuses are $7.95. I always say at the time of this recording because it is a $97 ebook with the bonuses, but $7.95. If you go to personalbranding365.com, you can grab yourself a copy of it today. You will literally learn how to dominate social media, how to build an attractive, powerful, and profitable online brand that will attract to you your ideal customers, convert them into paying and raving fans on autopilot. Some of you guys are struggling with your social media. This will certainly help. Personalbranding365.com. I poured my heart and soul into that thing, man. So it is an amazing value for you for just $7.95, depending on the time that you are listening to this. Even at $47, even at $97, it's an amazing value because the bonuses alone are worth more than $400. So go check that out, ladies and gentlemen. And let's get into this 7 deadly sins. I put the article link in the comments. If you have not already, you guys know your price for admission is a simple share, right? Some of this stuff, man, I could easily package up and put into an online course and sell it for hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars, depending on the context of the content. But you guys get it for free. And all I ask for you to do is hit the share button, because y'all know somebody on your timeline is looking for this. Somebody in your network is looking for this. You want to give great value to your email list? Oh, email them a link to the podcast on Spotify or Apple iTunes or wherever you get your podcast from. Email them the link to the YouTube video. If you go to Financial Health Mentor on YouTube, you got to get this information out, man. People are looking for it. So this article comes from GrooveHQ.com, right? The 7 deadly sins of entrepreneurship. These are the mistakes that successful founders avoid, and you should too, right? Last week, I started what I consider the 7 virtues of entrepreneurship, practices that I see the founders that I look up to hold near and dear, things that top performers are always working to get better at. But just like successful entrepreneurs share many positive habits, I've also noticed that people that I try to emulate tend to do everything in their power to avoid the same types of behaviors. Number 1, we're talking 7 deadly sins. If you want to kill your business, right? And I ain't telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know, right? If you want to kill your business, number 1, lose focus. These are 7 deadly sins of entrepreneurship. Every day, new blog posts pop up with the one thing you need to be doing to grow your business, right? The problem is that in 100 of these posts, you might find 100 different one things. Hell, I'm guilty of it myself. We're always sharing the X number of things that we found success with in a given initiative, right? But I always try to temper those takeaways with the caveat that it might not work for you and that you should be really careful about what you actually try to execute on. Because successful founders know trying to chase tactics is a sure way to get distracted and derail from your big picture. Trying to chase tactics is a sure way to get distracted and derailed from your big picture. What up, Kay? I see you jumping in on the YouTube stream. Drop the name of your business and or your brand so we can give you a shout out as well. Absolutely focus, follow one course until successful. Man, that is so, so powerful. But the wave of tactical tips posts that we face has created a culture of trying to do a million little things at once and not doing any one thing particularly well. That's why it's so important to have a plan and focus on that plan with laser precision. Set goals that are short-term enough so that you can reevaluate and realign every few months or so. But during those sprints, focus, people, focus, focus, focus. Nothing kills a business faster than focus. And the main reason that a business is killed by focus is because in business, there's this wonderful phenomenon known as momentum, right? How many guys have gotten some momentum in your business and experienced what that feels like? It's like just things just are going and everything is going right and every decision aligns and it gets the anticipated results. You start getting this momentum, and what a lot of us do is we get the ball rolling, and now that the ball is rolling just a little bit, we want to go and get another ball rolling. It's not how it works. When you have momentum, you have to keep that momentum and sustain that momentum for long periods of time, right? Getting the ball rolling might have been simple as you gave a hard heave and then you got to a heel and the ball started rolling by itself. But because you stopped pushing, when that ball rolled against a slight incline, now your momentum stops. But had you kept pushing that thing, even when it was going well, when you had kept adding grease to the axle, even when it was going well, when you ran into those obstacles that slow most businesses down, you'd had enough momentum to plow right through. One of the fastest ways to kill any business is to lose focus. I know we hear it all the time. The average millionaire, Cortez, answer this question. The average millionaire has how many streams of income? Just so we all on the same page. Those of you watching live, the average millionaire has how many streams of income? We've all heard it, right? Put your thoughts in the comments, because we know multiple streams of income is what everybody is hollering. I gotta have multiple streams. I gotta have multiple streams. The average millionaire has X amount of multiple streams, right? Mark says 7, right? Everybody agree that we hear 8 or more. Terrence says the average millionaire has 8 or more. Mark has said 7. I hear anywhere from 8 to 12, right? Here's the key thing that you have to understand about these multiple streams of income. Yes, they have multiple streams, but only after they've built one massive stream. And I want you to think about this. I want you to think really hard about this. In nature, where do streams derive from? Streams derive from rivers. Streams derive from rivers. So while the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, they have at least one river that feeds those streams. Oh, I'm going to say that one more time because I don't think y'all got it. While it is true that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, in nature, streams come from rivers. So while the average millionaire has 7 streams of income, they have at least one river that feeds those streams. Because here's the other thing nobody talks about when it comes to these 7 streams and multiple streams of income: synergistic alignment. Let's take Microsoft, for instance. Microsoft built a river from the Microsoft operating system, right? That was a river. And then from that river, they realized that gaming became super popular, and all gaming is a software program. Well, guess what? From the river that they've created from this building this software, they had the potential to break off and feed a stream because they got the talent. Hey, you guys have done such a good job of developing our core river incomes, right? Our core river of income. Now, let me have some of you developers and engineers go over here and create an Xbox. Wait. We got a river that is flowing, and off of that river, because we got the talent, because we got the resources, we can divert a little bit of our attention that's not going to dry up our river to building an Xbox. So now they got another stream. Boom. Another stream. Xbox going well. And you guys know that with Xbox and gaming, they started to play these games online and compete with each other online. So from Xbox, they built a stream that was so robust. They said, wait a minute, the gaming console is one thing, but when they buy the console, they're buying the console one time. When they buy the video game, they're buying the video game one time. And if you guys do not and have not realized that the name of the game in entrepreneurship is recurring revenue, they said, wait a minute. They're going to buy the console one time. When they buy the game, they're going to buy the game one time. What can we do to get some money rolling in every single month? What is the subscription service that's going to be based around this product? They said, you know what? We used to sell a disc with the Microsoft Office suite on it for $99. But now we turn that into a SaaS product, a software as a service product. And instead of $99, we just sell it to everybody for $10 a month. Well, when they built this other stream known as Xbox and this console and this whole gaming world, they added another stream from that called Xbox Live, which you can subscribe to for X amount of dollars per month. See, don't get confused, y'all, that you're going to create these multiple streams of income and have no river to feed these streams. You need to have a river to feed your streams. And that starts with a singular focus on just one thing. Then you can add to it later down the road. So, man, we've only got one of these so far, but we're going to get through all 7 of them today. But y'all know what time it is, man. At 7:20 normally, but now it's 7:24. We're going to get into 1 minute motivation. If you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, every episode, I like to give you some positive motivation. So we do 1 minute motivation. That's where I share a short motivational clip, usually 60 to 90 seconds or so. And I want you to comment your biggest takeaways. You might hear a word that makes you think a little bit. I'm going to give you a couple of my takeaways. So let's get into 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
So what I want you to do, as soon as you open up your eyes to start the day, is to immediately start focusing on something or someone that you are totally grateful for in your life. I don't care what it is or who it is, but I want you to feel it with your heart and soul. Your only goal as soon as you open up your eyes should be to make yourself feel good and to give yourself enough confidence to get through the day. Don't worry about what needs to be done. Think about who you have to be in order to get it done.
I believe the emotions that many of us consider negative, like frustration and rejection and pain, can be our greatest friends because they can drive us to success. You know what? I think one of the things that happens for a lot of people when they get successful is they get superstitious. It's like they work so hard for the success and they now finally have it, so all of a sudden they don't change, they don't vary their behavior, they kind of like want to stay the way things are. They get incredibly conservative and they miss out on the juice of life. Stay out of the trap. Listen, when people succeed, they tend to party. When they fail, They tend to ponder. Now, the pondering, many times we create our greatest successes in life. Just remember, it's impossible to fail. You try something and it doesn't work, just try something else and learn something from what you just did. As long as you learn something, you've succeeded.
Cool. As long as you learn something, you succeeded. Ladies and gentlemen, did you hear something? Right? I love doing 1 minute motivation because we all listen to the same clip. But based on where we are in life, we all heard something different. So what did you hear? Right? You're listening live. Give us a moment to say what you heard first thing in the morning, man. I'm so grateful. I heard a pastor say one time, he said, stop saying what you got to do. Right. And this hit home for me. My mom is still alive and I'm thankful. Right. And she lives about 30 minutes from me. I live in St. Louis County. She lives in St. Louis City. And, you know, it takes me about 30 minutes to get there. And she would often lock her keys in the house. And she would call and say, Cortez, I know you're going to kill me, but I'm locked out again. Right. And I used to tell my wife, I got to go down here and let my mom in. Right. And sometimes it you know how it be, is not that I don't want to do this for my mom, but sometimes the timing is not always the best. And I would say, I got to go down here and let my mom in. She locked herself out again. And sometimes this could be twice in 1 week. Right. But I heard my pastor at a church I attended years ago called Church on the Rock, Pastor David Blunt. Shout out to Pastor David Blunt. He said, stop saying what you got to do and reframe that with an attitude of gratitude. And he said, how do you do that? You change that one letter. Instead of saying what you got to do, start acknowledging what you get to do. See, I don't got to go let my mom in when she locks herself out. I get to, because my mom is still alive. Somebody's mom isn't here today, and they would give their left and right arm to get a call from their mom once or twice a week to say, hey, could you come let me in? I locked myself out. So I don't got to go let my mom in. I get to, right? This attitude of gratitude is a real thing, man. And if you're not practicing it, if you're not counting your blessings as often as you possibly can, you're missing out on life, my friend. Oh man, first thing I do is I lay next to one of the most beautiful, loving, kind, supportive women on the face of this earth. How can I not wake up and the first thing I do is give thanks for her? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Right? And then he said, not what needs to be done. That ain't the focus. That ain't the focus. The focus is on who you need to become. Did y'all get that? Not what needs to be done. It's who you need to become, right? I'm becoming a billionaire, right? I'm not doing billionaire. I'm becoming a billionaire inside out, right? Another virtual mentor of mine, and I got to go look up the name of this guy, but he said, you got to become a 7-figure human being before you can become a 7-figure entrepreneur. What? You got to become a 7-figure human being, right? As I'm laying the foundation and you guys are witnessing me lay the foundation, the cornerstone of a multi-billion-dollar media conglomerate. That's what you guys are witnessing right now. I know y'all thought y'all was just watching a podcast. This dude in this spare bedroom gets up every morning, just talks a bunch of stuff. No, you're witnessing me lay the cornerstone of a multi-billion-dollar media conglomerate. And as I'm doing this, I look at other people who've done it. I look at Oprah Winfrey. I look at Tyler Perry. I look at Walt Disney. I look at Ted Turner. I look at P. Diddy and Revolt. And I can't do today what they are doing today to build my empire. I have to go back to what P. Diddy was doing 25 years ago. I got to go back to what Oprah was doing 30 years ago. I got to go back to what Walt Disney was doing when he got fired from the paper. It said, you have no imagination. What? See, I have to become, and you become by doing the things that the people who have what you have now, you become by doing what they were doing when they started. I can't jump in and try to do what Oprah is doing today. I got to go back and try to figure out what is the mindset that Oprah had that led to the habits that she created that built this empire. I hope y'all caught that. I hope y'all caught that. We get caught up in looking at what our favorite idols are doing, right? We got to go back to look at the mindset that created the individual that produced the habits that led to the success that they are enjoying today. So didn't mean to get off on that tangent, but it is what it is. To let the spirit move. When the spirit moves, you just got to get out the way and let the spirit move, man. So that is 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by my good friends over at Open Arms Wellness, healing mind and body. If you're in the St. Louis metro area, and if you are in the state of Indiana or in New Jersey, they have the right programs for you to take your social and emotional and your mental wellness to the next level. In fact, I'm about to put a link in the comments. I want you guys to click on this link and let them match you up. There's a short survey that you're going to take to get matched with the counselor that can best help you. And you could literally get a free 15-minute session, ladies and gentlemen. So do me this huge favor. Click on this link that I'm putting in the description right now. Let them match you up with a counselor. And God, let's stop thinking that there's something wrong with talking to professionals about where we are socially, where we are emotionally, right? And it's not always about being depressed and feeling sad and feeling down. Sometimes you feel good about yourself and you want to maintain. Sometimes you feel good about yourself and you're trying to figure out how you got there so you can stay there. So make sure y'all click on this link in the comments and tell them that your boy Cortez Hustle sent you. So that is 1 Minute Motivation, brought to you by Open Arms Wellness. You can give them a call at 314-329-4326 as well. So we're talking about 7 deadly sins of entrepreneurship. Number 1 is losing focus, right? And so many entrepreneurs, myself included, y'all, and you guys know if you listen to this show any length of time, I tell you that this show is about me. I'm talking to me. I go and look up these articles and I go and study the stuff that I need to become who I need to become. But I just read it out loud to you guys because some of you guys might be on a similar path as me, right? So that's what it's all about, man. So number 1 is losing focus. So this is Open Arms Wellness Counselor match. All right. Number 2, assuming you know best. You guys ever heard of that that Stevie Wonder song, These 3 Words? These 3 words. Come on, man. Am I the only one? Right? There's 3 words that will kill your business faster than 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. These 3 words will kill your business faster than 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Anybody know what these 3 words are? The 3 words that'll kill your business. I already know. Will kill your business faster than anything else. Might even kill your business faster than losing focus. I already know. So number 2 on our list is assuming you know best. When we first launched Groove years ago, we built the product and our site on the assumption we had about our market. What we ended up with after spending nearly $50,000 was a bloated, bulky app that had all of the features that we thought users wanted, but in reality didn't really align with the needs of the market at all. They thought they knew best, right? When we weren't finding the adoption we wanted, we dug in and spent hundreds of hours talking to our users and prospects to figure out why, and basically scrapped the whole thing and started over. This leads me to another point, and I don't know if it's in the article, but this leads me to perfectionism. Y'all realize that perfectionism is just a bougie way of saying procrastination, right? I hear people all the time, oh, Cortez, it just got to be right, man. And man, I just got to get it perfect. You know who else learned this lesson that Groove learned? Groove spent $50,000. This company probably spent $50 million to learn this very same lesson. But I thank God, and I'm not even a consumer of their product, but I thank God that they didn't let perfectionism stop them. You know the company I'm talking about? Is there only, $3 trillion company on the planet right now? Guys, if Apple would have let perfectionism stand in their way, we wouldn't be on the iPhone 13 or 14 or whatever number they are on. You know what they did? They put that money into that app. They put a lot of tools and resources and bells and whistles on the iPhone 1 that they thought y'all was gonna like. And then they said, let's stop. Let's stop with all of the changing and the updating and all this. Let's just put the doggone thing out and let the market tell us what they want. You know what they found out? They put a lot of stuff on that phone that y'all didn't even want. They realized in looking at the adoption of the application and the programs that were in the phone that half the stuff that they put in the phone, nobody even logged into, nobody used, none of that stuff, because y'all didn't want that stuff. They thought they knew. And they were wasting time trying to perfect what they thought the market wanted. And somebody finally said, hold up, stop it. Put it out like it is. Yeah, it's got bugs in it. Yeah, it ain't quite ready. Yeah, but if we keep trying to make this thing perfect at the speed of technology changing, every week there's something new, and we're going to be trying to go back and add that too. Put the doggone thing out. And when they put it out, y'all told them that y'all needed just 4 things. I want to be able to call somebody. I want to be able to surf the web. I want to be able to use a calendar. I want to be able to text and a few other things. And I want to be able to get to my music. They said, wait a minute, but we put this cool feature over here. Oh, y'all not even using this cool feature over here. This feature took us 400 hours to develop, and we finally got it right, and we put this over here, and nobody uses it. Thinking you know best is another way to kill your business. Stop trying to be perfect. Get your products to market as fast as you can and let the market perfect the product for you. Right? Now, I've been watching the iPhone 13 and I'm looking at the cinematic camera that they got on that thing, and I'm almost ready to switch. I'm almost ready because they're paying attention to the market said, we don't care about the other stuff. Give us a dope camera. Let me be able to shoot a movie from my phone. And they put the money into that. And now they got this cinematic camera that's amazing, right? Some of you guys are putting out products and services that your market don't even care nothing about. So don't think you know everything is number two. Don't think you know best. Number three, we're talking 7 deadly sins that will kill any business. Number three, small picture thinking. Small picture thinking is number three, right? The tech startup community is a close-knit one. On one hand, I think that's a very good thing. Building a startup is hard, and having each other support helps a lot. This community has given me a lot of incredible feedback, connections, and opportunities. At the same time, being in such a small group can change the way you think. I've seen many entrepreneurs that are unable to look beyond SaaS startups as potential customers because, number one, that's all they see around them. And number two, that's what they are. But the thing is, this community makes up a tiny, as in not even a blip on the radar, fraction of the businesses out there. Now, selling to startups because you've built a product that's truly best for startups is one thing. But selling to startups because that's the only market you see puts an invisible ceiling on your growth, right? So they're talking about small picture thinking, right? I'm on Think and Grow Rich, and I just finished up the chapter on imagination. And entrepreneurs, a good entrepreneur, we all know that the basic definition of entrepreneurship is someone who gets paid to solve problems, right? So what does that mean? That means a good entrepreneur is a problem solver. The best entrepreneurs, though, are problem hunters. See, I got this solution and it has solved the problem for this group of people over here. But now I'm hunting problems that my product can solve in other areas too, so that I can expand my market. I can expand my reach. It's okay to start with a laser targeted focus. You should niche down to blow up. That's my man Mark would say all the time, right? You can niche down to blow up. But once you become the alpha in your market, in your industry, then you got to start looking at other problems to solve with your solution. Small picture thinking, right? If I told you guys the scope of the grandiose vision that I have for iHustle Media Group, like it's amazing. Like here's another telltale sign that you're thinking small. Here's the matter of fact, here's the one telltale sign that you're thinking small. If you can accomplish it by yourself, you're thinking too small. In fact, you can't even call that dreaming. If you could do it by yourself, you are thinking too small, my friend. That's not even a dream. That's like a task, right? If your dreams and visions can be pulled off by you alone, that's not even a dream. That's just a task. You gotta see bigger. You gotta, like, it takes the same amount of energy to dream big as it does to dream small. Same amount of energy. So why think small, right? Number 4 on the list, analysis paralysis, right? People in business all over the world every single day spend far too long making decisions, big and small. It's especially true, however, in startups where we're building things from the ground up with a feeling of ownership that comes with, we feel a need to get every little piece perfect. This is what we talked about this, and I wasn't sure that they were going to get to it, but This is that perfectionism piece. You got to analyze everything. Like, you got to have a meeting about what you want to meet about. And then after you meet about it, you got to have another meeting to decide on the course of action that you're going to take based on 3 previous meetings. Stop second guessing yourself so doggone much. Unfortunately, that hurts us badly. And it's a lesson that I didn't learn the first time that it hurt, or the 5th, or maybe the 7th. But over time, I've internalized this lesson well, driven the same conclusion as Mark Suter. Great entrepreneurs are thoughtful, but they don't let analysis slow down their business. Listen. Here's what I learned about wealthy people. And if you're building a business, then you're pursuing wealth, whether it's a wealth in money, whether it's a wealth in power, whether it's a wealth of recognition, whether it's a wealth of impact, right? You're pursuing wealth. Here's what I understand about wealthy people. Wealthy people are quick to make up their mind because they know what they want. And they're slow to change their mind about that decision, meaning they're going to give that decision time to work. Poor-minded people tend to take forever to make a decision because they don't know what they want. And then they're quick to change their mind about that decision. Again, because they don't know what they want. So when you don't know what you want, it's hard to make a decision. And then when you do make a decision, and because you don't know what you want, somebody else shows you something else, you think, oh, I want that. And now you change your mind about the decision you just made, so now you're on to something else, right? My mom used to tell me all the time, boy, you got too many irons in the fire, something's gonna burn up. And I had no idea. I was a grown $8 man before I figured out what she was talking about. Boy, you got too many irons in the fire, something's gonna burn up. Gotta get focused on one thing. Build you a river. And by default, that river will create streams. I don't even know if y'all know how streams are created. The river is flowing. At some point, a big object falls in the river. It diverts the water. So almost by accident, other streams are happening. In your business, you're building this river. And sometimes a catastrophe, sometimes an accident, sometimes you're not even trying, and all of a sudden your river splinters off and another stream just appears. Right? Analysis paralysis. Stop taking forever to make a decision. Make a decision and extract the lesson from the effort that you put forth to make that decision a reality. Number 5, avoiding discomfort. We're talking 7 deadly sins of entrepreneurs. What not to do if you don't want to kill your own business, right? We talk a lot about haters and what other people are doing, and how haters are coming up against us, and how a lot of we can't get where we're trying to go because this person is blocking me. This person closed that door. Let's be clear. The only person that can stop you is you. And the only person that has been stopping you thus far is also you. The only person that can stop you is you. And let's stare the biggest hater in the world right in the face. The only person that has ever stopped you thus far is also you. Yeah, we like to blame other people. That's the problem. We don't take any accountability for anything, right? It's your responsibility. So avoiding discomfort is another one of these things. Thanks to this blog, I talk to people who ache to pursue their startup idea but won't. They say that they're scared to fail, but I'm not sure it's failure that they fear. It's discomfort. The discomfort of telling people that you failed, of knowing it yourself, of hearing the word no, of continuing or of coming to terms with the fact that things did not turn out the way you wanted them to. It seems like a silly semantic difference, but I think it's really important because it's a lot easier to get okay with discomfort than it is to get okay with failure. Failure, right? Avoiding discomfort leads to keeping bad hires on the team, missed opportunities of all sizes, stalled growth, and ultimately dead businesses because we don't want to get uncomfortable. We don't want to get uncomfortable. And it's costing us all the things that we say we want. Number 6, not taking care of yourself. Wait, Cortez, what does that have to do? If you have not seen I think I did 3 episodes of how to fuel your hustle. 3 different occasions. I did 3 different episodes on how to fuel your hustle. The competitive advantage that I have in growing my business because I take a little better care of myself than the average person. Not a lot. I'm not crazy with my diet. I'm not sick with my workout, but I do a little bit more than most. I'm a little bit more consistent with my workout than most, even though I got crazy back pain, right? Sometimes I'm still a little bit more consistent than most people. So what does that mean? That means I have a little bit more energy every day. That means I have a little bit more clarity every day. I'm able to focus a little bit more every day, right? Just a little bit. I'm not saying that I'm Dwayne the Rock Johnson, right? I follow him, and that dude is a beast. Like, he lives in the gym, right? That's not me. But 3 to 4 days a week, I'm riding 5 to 10 miles a week on my bike. I'm doing a little running in place. I got a Vertimax downstairs, so I do a little working out on my Vertimax. Don't lift as much weight as I used to. My back is healing, so I'm getting back into lifting a little bit. But taking care of yourself, man, it literally gives you a competitive advantage. I've lost count of the number of founders I've spoken to in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who wish they took better care of themselves in their 20s and 30s. It's a huge fear of mine. Like most founders I know, I can be obsessive. Not 60 hours a week obsessive, more like forget to eat, sleep, and acknowledge the people around me obsessive, right? Yeah. Take care of yourself. I have to work really hard to not work too much. And while I'm not perfect, I do make that effort for the sake of my own health. Because a founder in poor health is doing a disservice to their employees, their customers, their businesses, and themselves. Don't forget to eat healthy, be active, and every now and then take a vacation. We're talking deadly sins. This is number 6. And I can see some of you guys rolling your eyes as you're listening to this. As you bought into, I'm just me. This is just who I am. This is just my habits. No. That's just what you have come to accept. That's just what you have come to accept. And you can call it and name it and whatever you want to name it. But I'm telling you, taking better care of yourself gives you a competitive advantage in the marketplace. And number 7, this is the last one, and we're going to get out of here. not investing in culture. Not investing in culture. We spent a lot of time and energy trying to build our remote team culture. It's not because I intimately knew that it was important. It's because I've been warned about the massive risk of not doing it by the entrepreneurs I trust most. It's never too early to invest in building a strong culture, and it's almost never too late to right the ship. Culture is everything. When you build the right culture, it dictates the people you hire. It dictates the people that you partner with, right? Culture is important. And I haven't even hired my first VA yet, but I understand that when I do, I want to build a culture that says we are family. I want to build a culture that says I want you to serve this organization for 24 months tops. And then I want to help you build your own organization, and we could still work together, but instead of you working for me, we partner and I contract with you, because my mission is to make entrepreneurship mainstream. My mission is to bring economic empowerment to the Black community so that we can right some of the ills that we're struggling with, so we can approach mental health from a financially stable position, so that we can approach our schools and that are degrading in our community from an economically solid position, so we can approach our relationship with the authority figures in our community from a financially stable position, so we can approach the political scene that governs our community from an economically stable position. And you don't do that without building sound, solid business infrastructures and institutions. So that's my mission, right? But you got to build a good culture in your business that says, hey, this is what I believe in. Here are the principles that this company stands on. Here's how we create daily habits that align with these principles. And here's how we measure and track whether we are staying committed and true to them or we're going awry of the vision. So as always, man, I thank you guys so much for listening. It is time for us to get out of here, man. So until I talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.